My child, if you've been sensing heaviness in someone's energy lately, your guardian angels are here to bring you some clarity on the situation. This person is worried they might lose you, and it's enough to keep them up at night, replaying every word they said, wondering which one pushed you further away. The angels say, have you ever caught yourself lying awake at night, replaying a conversation in your head, analyzing every word, every pause, every turn of voice? It's that unsettling feeling when you wonder if you said too much or not enough, if you came across the wrong way, or if your silence spoke louder than you intended. That's exactly where this person finds themselves right now. Their mind is a loop of what-ifs and if-only scombing through, each memory trying to pinpoint where things started to shift, where your energy began to feel distant. They feel the space you've created, even if you've said nothing. They feel it in your timing, in your tone, in your presence. Your absence speaks even when you're right there, and it's breaking them in silent ways. They scroll through messages, read them again and again, looking for clues that you still care, that you haven't let go completely. They wonder if they imagined the bond, or if it's still real, just hidden beneath the surface. They remember your smile, your laughter, the way you listened with your heart, not just your ears. They miss it more than they can say. But their pride, their fear, their pain keeps them frozen. They want to reach out, but don't know how to bridge the space without pushing you further away. Your angels want you to know this person isn't cold. They're scared. They're not avoiding you because they don't care. They're distant because they care too much. Their silence is not indifference. It's inner conflict. They are at war within themselves, fighting the guilt of what they didn't say, what they didn't do. They regret being careless with your heart, even if they didn't show it at the time. They didn't expect your energy to shift. But now that it has, they can feel what distance really means, and it's haunting them. They remember the comfort your presence brought. They remember how safe they felt. Even when the world outside was chaotic, you were there, calm. And now without that, they feel lost. They check your posts, your stories, your updates, not to be nosy, but to feel close to you in the smallest way. They wonder if you're moving on, if someone else has found their way into your light. And the thought tightens their chest, makes it hard to breathe. They didn't think you'd ever leave, even in silence. But now they feel the weight of that possibility. They miss you, but they don't know how to say it, without sounding weak, without exposing just how deeply they still care. They wish they could go back, fix the words, heal the silence. But time doesn't rewind, and apologies don't always reach the heart. They were meant for, so they stay quiet, hoping you'll hear what they can't say. Your angels want you to know this situation is deeper than it appears. There's pain, regret, and longing, all hidden beneath the surface. This person still feels everything, but they don't know if they still have the right to show it. They feel you pulling away, and it terrifies them because they know what it means when your energy shifts. It means you're starting to protect your heart, and they know once you begin to protect it, you won't let it be mishandled again. They wish they had realized this sooner before. Your silence became your answer. They want to be close, but they don't know if closeness is still welcome. They're afraid of being rejected by the very person they once took for granted. They ask themselves, did I ruin it? Is it too late? Do they still feel anything for me? The answers don't come, only echoes of what once was. They dream of you, see you in the quiet moments, feel you in familiar places. But they wake up to reality and you're not there. They hold on to the fragments, the pieces of your connection, hoping they can still make something whole. Your angels say they are going through a spiritual awakening, and part of that awakening is realizing how much they hurt someone. They genuinely loved. You see, their soul recognizes yours. Even if their ego made mistakes, their soul still whispers your name in the silence when no one is around. They are growing through this pain, and though it hurts, this growth is necessary. Sometimes we don't change until we lose something precious. They didn't mean to lose you, but they see now what they didn't see before. They are becoming more honest, more aware, more tender. This journey is teaching them that love is not about control or comfort, but presence and responsibility. They are learning that being loved isn't enough. You have to nurture what loves you. And that's the lesson echoing in their heart right now. They want a second chance, not just for romance, but to show you they can be better, more present, more understanding. Your angels aren't asking you to make a decision, yet they just want you to know what's happening behind the silence. Because sometimes the heart needs context before it can forgive or let go, and whether this connection returns or not, the healing will still come. Your growth matters too. Your heart needs space to be felt, to be heard. So take your time, feel what you feel, and trust that the truth will always rise to the surface. If they are meant to return, they will return with clarity, not confusion, with peace, not chaos, with actions, not just words. Until then, know this: you are not forgotten. You are deeply missed, and you are more powerful than you realize. Your energy has the ability to transform others, to awaken them, to call them into accountability, and that's exactly what you've done. Your soul has reminded theirs what love truly feels like, and now they are learning how to be worthy of it. One lesson at a time, one night at a time, one silent prayer at a time. And though they may not say it, they are grateful for every moment you shared and every boundary you now hold, because those boundaries are teaching them what they never learned in their past. And maybe they'll return not to take, but to give, not to seek comfort, but to offer safety, not to be loved, but to be love. And when that happens, you'll know you didn't lose them. You helped them find themselves. And that is a love that leaves a mark on the soul forever. You have done more than you know. Your light has reached them, even in your distance, and your angels are proud of how you've carried yourself through this. You've held love with grace, even when it hurt. You've chosen healing over resentment, and that will always be your greatest power. You are seen, you are loved, you are protected, and what's meant for you will find its way. When both hearts are truly ready, keep your heart open but guarded by wisdom, and let your angels lead the way. You are never alone, not even now, especially now. Shifted. It's a feeling that's all too familiar for many of us. The fear that a single moment, a single misstep could change everything, and for them that fear is amplified. Because it's you, they are afraid of losing. They know how real it is to connect with someone who sees them, really sees them beneath the surface. And that's why their mind won't let them rest. They're not just reliving the past, they're desperately searching for a way to make it right. They've been haunted by the silence, second guessing. Every interaction, every moment they could have handled better. This isn't just guilt, it's a gripping sense of fear that something has shifted, that your trust may be slipping through their fingers, that their own words or actions, however unintentional, may have caused harm. And yet beneath that fear is a longing to fix things before it's too late. They're hoping it isn't the end, and that you haven't already closed the door. I repeat, this person is worried they might lose you, and it's enough to keep them up at night replaying every word they said. wondering which one pushed you further away. This person could be someone you have recently grown close to, or a long-time close friend, or confidant. They may even be someone who's still finding the courage to let their guard down. Whatever the case is, their fear stems from how much they value you when someone values you. This deeply, their fear doesn't come from a place of control or possession. It comes from gratitude. Gratitude for the role you've played in their life, for the comfort your presence brings, for the way you've touched their heart in ways words could never fully capture. And because of that, the thought of losing you feels like losing a part of themselves they didn't realize was so vital until it felt like it could slip away. They replay conversations in their head. They wonder if they said too much or not enough. They notice the smallest changes in your tone, in your energy, in your silence. They worry that one day you might not see them the same way. And this fear doesn't mean they don't care. It means they care so much, they don't know how to hold it. Or some people love so deeply that it overwhelms them. They pull away. They've built because they don't love you out, but to protect the parts of themselves scared that you might not feel. They've never shown anyone before, worse that you'll leave, and now you've reached a place in their heart where no one else has ever been. That kind of vulnerability is terrifying for someone who's used to hiding their pain with smiles and laughter. You may not see it, but behind their eyes, there's a war between the desire to open up and the fear of losing control. They never meant to push you away. They just didn't know how to let you in without falling apart. They didn't know if you would understand the chaos that lives inside them, but somehow you made them feel safe. You made them feel seen. You made them feel like they didn't have to pretend anymore. And that more than anything is what shook them to their core, because they've waited so long for someone who could look past the surface and still choose them. But now that you're here, their biggest fear is that one wrong move, one misstep, one misunderstood moment will cause you to walk away. So they tread carefully. They watch everything, they overthink everything, not because they don't trust you, but because they've never had something so real, so fragile, so precious. And they don't want to lose it. They don't want to lose you. They know how rare this is. They know how rare you are. They've never had someone who made their soul feel so calm, yet so alive. They never expected you to enter their world and bring light to places they kept hidden. But now that you have, they don't know what to do with all the emotions rising within. So they get quiet, they get distant, they pull back. Not because they want space, but because they don't want to ruin this. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing. They're afraid their past will make you question the future. They're afraid their wounds will bleed into your love. But deep down, they're hoping that you'll see through the silence, that you'll hear the things they don't know how to say. Like, please be patient with me. Or, I'm still learning how to feel safe in love. Or, I don't want to mess this up. They want to be better. They want to be strong for you. But sometimes healing takes longer when love shows up before the wounds have fully closed. You were the surprise they didn't know they needed, the kind of presence that feels like home, even if they've never known what home felt like. And now every time they see you or think of you, their heart whispers, don't let this be another goodbye. They've lost people before people who said they cared, but couldn't handle the depth. People who left when things got real, and now with you, they're terrified that history will repeat itself. So if they seem distant, if they seem unsure, it's not a reflection of how they feel about you. It's a reflection of how scared they are to finally have something they never thought they deserved. Because for the first time, they're not running from love. They're running from the fear of losing it. You matter more than they know how to say. Your presence heals them. Your energy calms them. And though they may not say it out loud, they're deeply thankful for you. They're thankful for your patience, for your understanding, for your ability to hold space for someone who's still figuring out how to believe in love again. You showed them that love doesn't have to hurt. You showed them that closeness doesn't have to lead to pain. You showed them that someone can stay even after seeing the broken parts, and that is something they will never forget. They may not always show it, but they see you, they feel you, and they are learning how to let their heart be fully open without fear. They're learning that love can be safe, that love can be soft, that love doesn't have to leave. And if you're still by their side, despite the confusion, despite the silence, despite the hesitation, then know this: you are the light that is helping them find their way back to love. You are the one who is teaching them what it means to trust again. They might not say thank you with words, but every glance, every moment of stillness, every time they choose to stay instead of run, that's their way of saying it. They're saying, "You mean more to me than you know." They're saying, "Didn't expect you, but I'm so glad you're here." And they're saying, "Please don't give up on me. I'm trying, so keep showing up, keep being gentle, because love like this doesn't come around often." And sometimes the people who seem the most guarded are the ones who love the deepest. They just need someone to remind them that they are safe now, that this is different, that they don't have to be perfect to be loved, that they don't have to hide to be accepted. They don't have to be strong all the time, and they don't have to earn your love. They already have it. This connection is not an accident. This bond was written long before either of you knew it. And now the universe is asking you both to choose it, to nurture it, to grow in it, because something beautiful is trying to bloom. Something sacred is beginning to unfold, and all it needs is love, patience, and the kind of courage that says, "I'm staying even when it's hard, even when it's unclear, even when it scares me." 2. You both have fears, you both have wounds, but you also have something rare. You have each other, and that is more than enough to build something lasting. So breathe, trust the process, and let love do what it came here to do: heal you, teach you, transform you, and hold you in all the ways you never knew you needed. Now, you might not realize it, but your impact runs deeper than you think. You've shown up for this person in ways that mattered, even if it didn't always look perfect. Maybe you offered them understanding on a day when they couldn't find it anywhere else. Or perhaps you were just there, steady, reliable, a safe space in a world that often feels overwhelming. That's not something easily forgotten. It's why their fear feels so sharp, because someone like you with your heart and your presence is not easy. Tour place. They may not be the best at expressing themselves, but their actions, even the ones that felt confusing, came from a place of caring. This kind of overthinking, this emotional unraveling, only happens when a connection matters deeply to the individual. You're not just another person in their life. You're the one they can't stop thinking about, the one they're afraid of losing more than they're afraid of being misunderstood. Take a moment to think back. Can you recall times when their actions, even the small ones, hinted at how much they cared? Maybe it was the way they remembered little details about you, things you never expected anyone to notice, things others always forgot, but they didn't. Maybe it was how they texted at the right moment, how they asked if you were okay before you even said a word. Maybe it was how they made sure you got home safely. Even if they couldn't be there in person, they still cared enough to check. Maybe it was how they stayed up just to keep you company through a dark night or a heavy thought. Sometimes love and care don't shout loudly. They whisper through actions, not words. They don't always come in grand gestures, not in flowers or speeches, but in the quiet things, like showing up when no one else does. Like remembering your favorite song or knowing how you take your coffee, love can be soft. It can live in the background, It doesn't always ask for attention, but it's therein the way they listened, even when you rambled in, the way they noticed. When your mood shifted, even when you tried to hide it, sometimes they couldn't find the right words, but they still tried, and that matters. Because sometimes being there is louder than saying everything perfectly. But fear can twist things. It can cloud our minds. It can make us doubt what's real when fear creeps in. When we feel unsure, we might start questioning everything. We might look at someone's silence and think it means they don't care. We might see hesitation and assume it's rejection. But what if it's not? What if it's just fear holding them? Fear of being too much, fear of saying the wrong thing, fear of being vulnerable, fear of opening their heart. What if their silence wasn't distance, but protection? What if they were scared? Scared of how deep they feel, scared of being misunderstood, scared of messing it all up. Sometimes people hold back, not because they don't feel, but because they feel too much. They struggle to say it, so they show it in other ways. Have you seen it? The way they lingered after a conversation as if they didn't want it to end. The way they laughed a little too hard at your jokes or looked at you just a second longer than usual. Those things matter. Those things are real, even if they never said the words out loud. Think of the time they defended you even when you weren't around, or how they remembered your big day. Without a reminder, that's love. That's effort. That's care. Maybe it wasn't loud. Maybe it wasn't perfect. But it was real, and when fear mixes with love, it creates confusion. They want to come close, but they're afraid. Afraid of what they'll uncover in themselves. Afraid of being seen too clearly. Because love, real love, requires truth. And truth can be terrifying, especially when someone's not used to being known, so they pull back, they go quiet, they keep it all inside, and it hurts for them and for you, because you're left wondering what went wrong, what changed. But maybe nothing changed. Maybe they just hit the limit of what they could hold in without breaking. Maybe they were overwhelmed by the intensity of what they felt for you. And instead of showing more, they showed less because they didn't know how to handle it. They didn't want to ruin it, so they froze. They paused. They silenced themselves. That's what fear does. It makes people doubt themselves, even when love is real. They replay their every word, second guess every step, because they care that much. They worry they'll lose you just by being themselves, so they become smaller, quieter, trying not to scare you away. But in doing so, they sometimes push you away, not on purpose, not out of cruelty, but out of fear. And fear can be louder than love in someone who's still healing, still learning how to love without losing themselves. So if you've ever felt confused by mixed signals, by their silence, by their distance, remember this. Not everyone knows how to love out loud. Some people grew up learning that love was dangerous, that showing feelings got them hurt, so they learn to hide, to play it safe, to wait for permission. They wait for signs that it's safe to open up, safe to be seen. And sometimes you are that sign. Just being you make them want to be brave. But bravery isn't easy, especially when it means unlearning old pain. So they stumble, they retreat, they fall silent, and it hurts because you care, and you want clarity, you want honesty and affection and presence. You want to be seen and heard, and you deserve that. But understand this. If their heart is scared, it's not your fault. It's not about your worth. It's not about how lovable you are. Sometimes love meets us before we're ready. And instead of embracing it, we run from it. But it doesn't mean it wasn't real. It just means the timing was fragile. The heart's still tender. So yes, they may have been misunderstood. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know how to show it in ways that felt safe for both of you. They may have been inconsistent. But even in their inconsistency, there were truths. The late-night calls, the random messages, the way they always showed up when it mattered most. Those things weren't accidents. They were signs of something deeper, so look back, not with regret, but with clarity. See the signs for what they were. Quiet declarations of love. Not perfect, not always clear, but real. Nonetheless, and if you ever felt unseen, remember, sometimes people are fighting battles you'll never know about. Sometimes their silence is them trying not to break. Sometimes their distance is them holding back tears. Sometimes their hesitation is a form of love that hasn't found its voice yet. So don't rush to judge, don't assume they didn't feel. Instead, breathe, reflect, listen to what wasn't said. Feel the space they created, feel the energy they brought, feel the love beneath the fear. Because love, even when quiet, leaves an echo, an imprint on your heart. And even if it ended or drifted or paused, that love meant something. It changed you and it changed them. And that is never small. So if you ever wonder if they truly cared, remember the soft moments. Remember the eyes that lingered. The words that slipped, the pauses that held unspoken truth. Remember the effort, even if it wasn't constant, even if it wasn't loud, because effort, no matter how small, comes from love, and love, even when misunderstood, is still love. Still real, still sacred, and sometimes that's enough to bring peace to a restless heart. You were not imagining it, you were not mistaken, you saw something because it was there. And now you can let that truth settle, not to chase the past, but to honor it, to know that love existed, even in silence, even in fear, even in confusion. It was there and it mattered. And now you can carry that understanding with grace. You can move forward with peace, knowing that some hearts love quietly, but deeply, and in their own way, they loved you. Back fear of saying too much, or note enough fear of being vulnerable. It's in these spaces of uncertainty that connections can either wither or grow stronger, depending on how willing both hearts are to lean in and seek. Understanding what your guardian angels want you to understand is that healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about allowing someone the space to grow and deciding if your heart still feels safe around them. If you're under no obligation to hold the weight of this person's regret, but if there's still a piece of you believes in what you once shared, this could be the time to listen with honesty and compassion. The angels encourage you to stay open to the truth that hasn't yet been spoken. This person may fumble with their words when the time comes, but look closely at their vulnerability. Their remorse is real. It takes courage to show vulnerability, doesn't it, to stand before someone you care about, knowing you might be met with disappointment or even rejection, yet that's exactly where this person finds themselves, torn between the need to make things right and the fear that they've already done too much damage. But vulnerability, as fragile as it feels, is often where true healing begins. The hesitation doesn't mean apathy. It means they care too much to say the wrong thing again. Isn't it strange how the ones who care the most often struggle the hardest to express? Their hesitation isn't a lack of feeling. It's the weight of too many feelings all tangled together. They want so badly to get it right this time, to say what they mean without causing more hurt. But when emotions run deep, words can feel like fragile bridges over turbulent waters. One wrong step and everything could collapse. Have you ever been there yourself? Holding back, not because you didn't care, but because you cared too much. That's the space they're in right now, and maybe, just maybe, recognizing their struggle is the first step toward bridging that gap between you. Sometimes giving someone the chance to be heard, truly heard, is the most powerful gift you can offer. And while their remorse doesn't erase the past, it may be the key to a more transparent future if you're ready to hear them out. This concludes the message from your guardian angels, I want to end with a prayer for you, Lord. Grant them the strength to recognize the depth of care that surrounds them. Even in moments clouded by uncertainty, ease the fears that keep. Others awake at night and soften their hearts to receive the healing conversations meant to restore what feels broken. Fill their spirit with wisdom and grace so they may discern when to offer forgiveness and when to open the door to understanding. And take a moment to feel these words sink in and let your own intuition guide you. The nights they spent unraveling are filled with hope that your silence doesn't mean goodbye, but rather a chance to start again with more truth, more care, and a deeper understanding than before. Type 1010 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. Try and leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a positivity boost in their day. The universe sees it as an act of kindness that fuels the cycle of good karma. You're not just helping someone else, you're also helping yourself, because kindness echoes, energy travels, and what you give always finds its way back to you. You'll be spreading positivity and receiving the universe's blessings in return. Even when you don't see it, it's already happening. Small actions carry great energy. Simple act of love can shift someone's whole day, maybe even their whole life. We forget sometimes how powerful we are, how our light touches others. Even when we don't realize it, your presence here, your energy right now, is part of something bigger, a ripple in the current of love. Let's uplift each other, not just today, but every day. Let's create waves of good energy, together, with intention, with care and with faith. Because when we rise together, we all shine. No one is left behind, and no light is ever too small to guide someone else. Maybe someone is watching right now, feeling alone, feeling lost, but your energy reaches them, and something changes. A little warmth in their chest, a little hope in their mind, because you showed up, because you shared, because you cared. That's how healing works. It starts with one soul and spreads like light. You are that light. Don't doubt that. You are seen, you are heard, and you are powerful in ways you cannot measure. The universe knows your name. It sees your heart. It feels your intentions every time you choose love, every time you choose patience, every time you offer hope. You are creating change, real change, spiritual change, healing that lasts. You've already helped more people than you realize, just by being you. So keep going, keep shining, keep giving love freely, and receive the love that is already on its way to you. Did you know there's a possible image of your real soulmate that you can look at right now? A sketch that reveals their face, a glimpse into what your soul already knows. It might be someone you know, someone close to you, or someone you haven't met yet, but your soul feels them. Even now, even from afar, that connection is real. Unseen doesn't mean unreal. You'd be amazed how accurate these have been. So many people have felt it, cried, when they saw the sketch because something clicked. Something awakened. That deep sense of knowing to see the photo of this person, to see what I mean for you. It's not just a picture. It's a piece of your future, a reflection of a bond already forming. Even if your paths haven't crossed yet, their soul is already searching for you, already whispering to the universe. Let me find them, and your soul is whispering back, yes, I'm ready. When you see the face, you'll feel it. Something ancient, something soft and eternal. A soul that's familiar, even if it's the first time you see them. The eyes may look right through you, into every part of you. The smile may soften your entire being, and your heart may say, it's them. Not a maybe, not a what if, but a yes. Clear, resounding yes. Click the link in the description to get your soulmate sketch and open the next chapter. Because some doors are waiting, some truths are ready to be seen, some love is already written and waiting for you to arrive. This is divine timing. You didn't come here by accident. Something guided you, something higher, something loving. You are being drawn closer and closer to what is already yours. Trust that pull, trust that sign. You don't need to chase, you just need to open, to believe, to receive, and to look. Even just once. That one look can shift everything. An important message is waiting for you in the next video, and this message, it holds something sacred, something personal, something for your heart. Will you hear it? Will you let your soul listen? Sometimes the quietest messages are the most powerful. Sometimes the whispers change everything. Don't miss it. Your next step might be just a word away, just one message away, just one moment away. This is your time to feel again, to believe again, to say yes to love. Real love, soul-aligned love. The kind of love that heals timelines and rewrites the ending of every lonely chapter before you're not meant to be alone forever. You're not forgotten, not ignored, not unloved. You are seen in every realm and deeply cherished. More than you've been told, more than you've let yourself believe. You have a place in someone's heart, and they are waiting. Too searching, asking, dreaming, just like you, your energy is calling them. Even now, that pull you feel, that longing, is mutual. You are not imagining it. You're not too much, or not enough. You are perfect for the one who's meant to find you. They will love you, for your soul, for your light, for everything you tried to hide, and everything you tried to fix. They will see it all and love it all, as it is. No masks, no pretending, just truth and connection. Click the link in the description. See the sketch. Feel what's waiting for you and step into alignment, because the universe is always listening, always watching, and always responding to the energy you carry. You don't have to force anything, you just need to allow to open, to soften, and let love show up. Not just in big moments, but in small ones too. Like now, as you hear these words, a shift is happening, a softening in your chest, a stirring in your spirit. That's your soul saying, yes, this is for me. And it is. You're not here by mistake, and you're not hearing this by accident. Your angels are guiding you, your ancestors are praying for you, your soulmate is drawing near, and all the universe is aligning just to bring you back to love, to truth, to yourself, and to them. So breathe, trust, and keep listening. The next message, the next sign, the next connection, it's already forming. Let your heart be ready and stay open, because what's meant for you is already coming, and you'll know it, not by logic, but by the peace it brings and the way your soul whispers, yes, I remember this. And when you hear the next message, you'll understand even more, because each message is a piece of a greater story, your story a love story written in the stars. So don't miss the next one. It's waiting for you right now. Will you hear it? Will you let it find you? Or will you walk away without listening to what your soul already knows? It's time to trust. It's time to feel. It's time to love again. Fully, bravely, deeply. Click the link. Get your sketch. Receive what's yours. And be ready for the next divine message. Coming in the next video, you'll feel it. You'll know it. You'll remember it. And you won't walk alone anymore. Not after this. Watch, listen, and receive. Because love is already reaching out to you right now. At this moment, let it in and keep going. The best is not behind you, it's waiting ahead. In the next message, in the next heartbeat. Are you ready to hear it? Are you ready to receive it? Then don't miss it. Your soul has waited long enough. This is for you.